Good morning. How is everybody? Well, it's actually afternoon. Sorry. Didn't get on as early as I planned to, but we are good. Stephanie here from Escape and Paint, and I'm kind of playing with watercolors this morning. I got a kit at Christmas that I really haven't had a chance to stop and play with yet, and I'm thinking I might try to make a heart, like a 2D, 3D, 2-layered heart and stuff. And I just wanted to paint the paper in the background. Got some paper, some card kits out here where I was raiding from some other stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to point y'all down. We're just going to start playing, okay? As you guys come on, say hi if you don't mind. And let me know where you're watching from. And I'll do my best to keep looking out for comments and stuff like that. This is a kit that my family got me from Walmart. And Creative View, it looks like, is the brand. And it came with this little tray. And it's got... Oh, it's got white watercolor. That's pretty neat. I haven't actually seen white in a watercolor before. Usually you just kind of have to leave it alone. Black, green, brown, yellow, white, blue, red, orange, and purple. So I think I'm going to put a little black in here. Oop. And you got to puncture the tip. So you put just a little bit out there. I'm going crazy overboard yet. Oh, that's the wrong way stuff. To seal it back up. I don't want to go crazy overboard. And I do know just enough with watercolors that you add a little bit of water to it, and it's the more water you add, the more watered down it's going to get. So I do know that much. I just haven't really played with them a whole lot. I'm going to leave the red a little stronger because I think today I'm going to kind of play with... Got several friends that have been playing with hearts and doing heart type stuff in their groups and in their challenges and stuff. Just kind of making mail for other happy mail in one group. And I love that idea. I've just got to get my act together and get things done. So I'm just throwing out some colors here. Boy, that yellow does not look very yellow, does it? Well, I guess it looks more mustardy to me. You know, oh, that color, y'all can't see the color there at all. The light is still not right there. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right, that's some yellow. Got the black, the red, and the orange over here. I'm going to put some green. Okay. Some green. And do some blue. And I've got in a couple other trays here from other kits and stuff that we've gotten here and there through the years. I can put the purple and the brown in if I want. Or the white. I'm going to put those over here because those are the ones that I haven't done anything with. But I've got more trays if I need them. Okay, so y'all bear with me. I've never played with watercolors before, so I'm just going to get my brush wet. I do know I need to go a little more wet than this. And what I think I'm going to do is just kind of marble on this, play some marble coloring on it. And I have some vellum that has some romantic, amor, romance, eternity, and all that kind of stuff. And I think I may put it over my heart when I get it cut out. So I'm going to add just a drip or two of water. Yeah, I need something more than this to get water. We'll see. There's a couple drips in that one. And a drip or two in that one. Like I said, I don't know how much of any color in particular I want or how dark it's going to be. So we're just going to kind of play. I got one mug over here with clean water and one mug over here with rinse water. Does that make sense, y'all? Just in case I don't like the color. Oh, that got glue on it, so I'll go ahead and actually just all right, so I have some paper towels here. I'm going to put them where my mouse is. I'm going to go ahead and mix the blue and just see where it's at. Looks very thick still, so just a drip in there. That's thinning it down just a little bit. So how is everybody today? What are y'all doing? Like I said, I'm thinking I'm just gonna play with some watercolors and how to get some color kind of streaking in here. Then I'm going to put another layer of a different color on here. I'm going to rinse this brush out pretty good. Whoops, I probably ought to move my mouse pad. I don't want to get Lily wet. Okay, this is my daughter and one of her besties and one of their little things. So on the mouse pad, Zoe brought me her mouse pad. She didn't have a mouse anymore, so she doesn't need it. And she knew I do have a mouse, so she said, "Why don't you use it, Mom?" I said, "Sure thing, kiddo." But I don't want to get them wet with that paper towel on it. All right, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm kind of marbling it in. I just kind of want it to, want some random color, you know. If I have some other paper that I'm thinking about playing similarly with. It's got some musical notes on it. Okay. We're going to go into the orange now. That orange looks almost more yellow to me than the yellow does, right? Put them in the wrong one. Scrape that down really good because I don't think I got near as much bit as I did the others. Rinse that out. I forgot to turn Do Not Disturb on the watch here, so you don't keep dinging at me. Sorry. Here's the yellow. See if we can have some yellow streaks here and there. Some yellow around in here, and it's kind of making it green on the blue, so which is fine. And I may not even use the black. It may just be a waste of the black. I don't know. Hey, Miss Susan, how are you, sweetheart? I hope Philip has gotten a hold of you. I asked him to do that for me because I keep being crazy busy and not doing. Okay, hang on. We are all over the place. Girl, let me tell you, I'm playing with watercolors today. I've seen several people playing with them and having loads of fun, and I'm just thinking, oh, that would be so fun. And a Heart and a Heart challenge was issued by a friend, so he did good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were following through and following up and making sure that we got you. Hey, Tammy, happy Friday to you too. I'm just kind of playing here. I'm going to let this dry. I just did some streaks of watercolor on it. It looks better on the camera than it does in real life, I'm just going to say. It does to me anyway. Just did a live in the Creative Kids and now packing 85 kits. Wow, that's fun. 85 kits sounds like loads of fun. This was a flower, but I've got it where I can do 3 different little hearts with it. So I think I'm going to cut it real fast if I can find some scissors. I have everything in broken coffee cups. Okay, if it's chipped and I can't drink out of it anymore, I'll use it to store stuff because I don't want it, you know, if the handle's chipped or something like that, I'm just going to leave it off to the side there so I can use the cup later. Well, I had a whole bunch of cups sitting here on my desk and it's like, I ain't got room for anything more, so I'll just move this one over there. Well, I moved that one over there, and guess what? Now I don't have scissors near my table, so it's just fine. All right. You just can't stay out of my lives, can you?
No, I can't.
I have a visitor. So this was a flower shape that I had cut on my Cricut for cards a long time ago. And I
One little.
this one. And it looked like this beforehand. You two are great. Thank you. He's a mess and I love him. But it was all just one. There's just one color there. Is that helping? I don't know if it's, I mean, but the colors looked pretty good. I was pretty impressed with them. They look,
Yeah, it's really dark up on the top. I'm trying to figure out how to light it up.
I don't know. Okay, we're playing with lighting. He's playing with lighting. That's what happens when you rearrange your studio right after you get it pretty much where the lighting's finally working for you, and it's not today. Could be that one needs to come on. I forget to turn it on sometimes. I think that did help a little bit. But there were a whole piece. So what I did was I folded it so that I could get to each of the two different sections. And what I may do is do it again on this one. So I'll show you. I folded it in half and matched up my cut flower curves here. And then I folded it in half and matched up the flower edges here. And then there was one more. You fold it this way. And now I've got a heart here, a heart here, and a heart here. So I've got 3 different little hearts. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to kind of cut in. And so now I think by doing 2 of these, I should be able to paint them and then glue them on a card and let them be opening up into little hearts on the page. Does that make sense? See, once I get them painted, I can glue them all in place like that, and then it will be like 3D little hearts with flowers. So anyway, I've got a couple of different ideas I'm kind of playing with today, so y'all just have to bear with me and help me. So I don't think you want green on a flower, and I have loads of blue left and a little bit of yellow. So you don't want green as the petals on the flower. Most, unless it's a succulent, most of them have different colors. It's
Not
okay
really.
not really. It's okay until I stick my hands in the way, and then it's still not great. So I've just got to figure out some other way to light it up. I might do it darker down the center. Let it set for a minute. And then come back and do it light over that. Thin it down a little bit more. Just so it gives it that petal look. These petals tend to have some veins coming up on them. And I may just do these in different colors too. I may just do the blue down this part. And I may make me up some of this purple over here. I've got some pretty purple waiting to be used. All right. He's making it dark. I know, you're playing. You're just trying to help me out here.
Seems like it's really dark there on the top.
Today it seems like it's really bad. It's not been that bad lately, and then all of a sudden today it seems like it's just super dark. I don't know, y'all. We're having lighting issues in my studio today, so we'll just play with it and see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this tray over here, and I'm gonna grab this purple. Whoop. This purple, and I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna shoot a little bit in here. Grab me some fresh water. Mix it up a little bit. I think it's a little bit. I mean, I got enough water. Now there we go. Of course, I'm used to painting with acrylics, so I may be just spoiled to it being a thicker looking.
Let me go check it on the other end of it, see how it looks.
All right, thank you. So I'm just going to kind of go over that. I'm going to leave those kind of darker. I may just end up with those being blue downsides. I don't know. Kind of streaking it with the blue and the purple together. Black will make lighting go in and out. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, but up here is well lit, and I don't understand why it's so dark up here by my colors. You can't even see what I've got. I've got lamps over here, and lamps over there, and they're all pointed at us and pointed in the right directions, and so I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to streak a little of this blue with this purple. Whoop, that's a lot more of the blue. There we go, that's more of the blue. So I'm going to mix them together. I need a little more of this purple. Mix it up. Yeah, like I said, I'm experimenting with watercolors. I've never really played with watercolors since like grade school. I quit taking art classes in school when I was in like 5th or 6th grade because I just felt like I was so awful at it. So bear with me. And I'm going to grab just a little of the blue and a little of the purple and just kind of play with them together. All right, Tammy, just so you know, you're not the only one who gets ghosted. Because I help her with some other stuff on her page, I'm an admin on her page. So sometimes when I comment on her page, it comes through and she says, "You're ghosting me. I'm liking my own stuff and talking to myself again." And I laugh, but then it happens to me too because it is hilarious to me. I like that better. Okay, I'm going to lift this up, at least one of them, and try and see if you guys can see it. Okay, can y'all see that? The blues and the purples mixed together? I really like those. I really like it. What do y'all think? Can y'all see that? Okay, when you can hear yourself in the other room, it's really throws you off. All right. You can kind of see my darker blue line down the center, but it doesn't really matter because I'm mostly covering it. I like the blue and purple on it. I think on the other side of it, I'm going to do like an orange and red, but I'm not real sure yet. In case you haven't noticed, blues and purples are my favorite colors. So I typically reach for those colors first when I'm doing stuff. It's still not focusing good.
No.
And see, I can't get it any lower that I can think of it easy enough to reach without like bumping my head on it. So anyway, we'll worry about it. I'll just keep lifting it up, and I'll apologize for the camera not wanting to show us pretty things right now, as well as we would like it to. This one's my favorite so far. If I can pick it up without messing it up. Do you see the streaks in that? I'm really loving the streaks in that one. What do y'all think? Is that okay? And so, I'll try doing another one, seeing if we can get some pretty blue and purple streaks in it. All right. Experimenting is the name of the game. I am not going to claim that I'm an expert at any type of art. So when y'all come hang out with me, you know we're learning together regularly. Last night I had way too much fun playing with the resin stuff. All right, so I need a card base. So I have a card base. I think I'm going to fold it in half. Let's see if I can see. Like this, so that maybe I can see my heart. I'm going to cut this. And give it a heart. What do y'all think of that? Is that going to fit okay? I think it'll fit okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. How's that? I'm going to cut it in layers so that you have a teeny little one. Oh, that doesn't look very heart-like, does it? Sort of. And then I need to round those edges better. That's for sure. And then we're going to trim this just a little bit more. Just a little bit skinnier. We're going to cut it into pieces. Unfold this one. There you go. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do is do like the pieces here. It's right here. What do y'all think? And then that one can have. So I've got some inspirational stuff and quotes here that are little vellum pieces that I've used here and there. It says, joy is not in things, it is in us. So I think I'll put that on the outside and then you can put that on the inside. Maybe up there. So there's one card. I'm playing with the watercolors. So I'll glue that later. And my friend was using some glitter Mod Podge. I haven't glittered any Mod Podge, so I haven't bought any glitter Mod Podge, so that might be some dangerous stuff to buy. That looks like it might, that sounds like it might need to go on a lot of things. We shall see. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is get a little more of the green and get a little bit of yellow. Whoop. And then rinse the purple out of this brush. Really liking this brush though, it's really nice. And I'm going to grab this green. I'm going to kind of do, we'll do this one standing up this way. We'll do kind of a stem that kind of comes down like this. Thicker. mix together better, not so wet. Because I think there's water in the brush. It's just kind of pouring out. Okay. Pull that down. And I'm going to grab some yellow and green. I'm going to do a leaf. And these are obviously not acrylics because they do not blend the same way, which is not a problem. I'm just stating that if you expect them to blend the way the acrylics do, or stay on the brush the way the acrylics do, then it's not going to make you happy. All right, here's a little bit of yellow in there. I may have to wait till that dries a little bit to get the yellow to show up. I think I'm not going to worry about putting the, I'm going to take the edge of this green and purple and hit this one with some better streaks. The streaks just don't look, they don't look streaky enough for me. How's that, y'all? Some of these, the streaks just don't look like streaks. They just look like, well, there's color there. All right. They will fold down in the card, but we're going to have them I'm going to glue these. I may just put them on here and use that as a back piece to help me glue them together. That might be the smartest move I've made all morning. And then I can lay this one down and glue. And I'm going to glue both sides of this so that I can glue one half to the other side of the flower. And I'm going to glue one half to that. And we're just going to kind of pinch it together there and get it to lay down. And then this can kind of fold over or flap up. And then as it's on here, we'll have it be 3D, but while it's laying down folded in the card, it doesn't have to be. You know what? Maybe I didn't want to glue those that way. Those are done. I have more. We will do this. You know what? I told y'all we're experimenting this morning. So, experiment we shall. I didn't like that one. So we're going to cut here. And we're going to fold here. I'll have a couple more to play with because I do not like how that one turned out. So I'm going to cut here. Here. And then right there. I'm going to use my skinny little brush for a minute. Try to make these look kind of like the other ones did. I'll go ahead and do a third one in case I need it. And I need more purple. It's okay. I think I'm finally learning to thin this down enough that it'll be okay, that it'll work the way I want it to, but I don't know. And again, learning to play with them and learning to use them is what it's all about. Because I definitely wanted some of the blue streaks in there, so I'm going to grab that purple and that blue together. I'm going to streak it out. I like the way it looks, like the different highs and lows, hints and hues in a real plant. I've seen some that you get at the flower shop. Now, not necessarily the ones I've seen in nature with the blue and the purple necessarily. But I've definitely seen some with the different hues and the different shades and toning. I just think that's going to look really good. If you don't mind saying, hey, when y'all join us, and let me know what you've been up to or what are you doing today. I'm playing with watercolors right now and making some cards, or trying to. How's that? I'm not making any promises about how great they're going to turn out, but we're looking at playing with them. How's that? So far, I'm not disappointed. The watercolors are definitely fun to play with. Let's add some more blue there in just a second. Okay, rather than gluing them together on the backs, I think I've decided that I will leave them loose and freeform, and I'll only glue the one side down. Instead of gluing both sides down. So that means I'm going to need to paint both sides of these so that the one side sticking up can, and remember I've got one extra here, so I'm not going to worry too much about how perfect they all look. We're just going to make them look good. All right? Okay. So I'm mixing the blue up a little bit, so I've got some to mix in here. We don't want it to be too strong with our purple. So I'm going to grab some of that. I think I'm actually going to bring in this cup a little bit. So grabbing it streaked already is kind of helpful. There we go. Kind of bring them out. And these kind of look like little hearts. That's kind of why I'm playing with them. Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm trying to give everybody a few little ideas for if they wanted to do something. They could. Okay. Since I don't know yet which side of these I'm planning to glue down, I'm just going to kind of paint them all. I like the streaks in them. So I'm kind of aiming to keep some of the streaks in them, if I possibly can. Definitely going to need to play with watercolors a little bit more to get used to the difference in how they blend and do their thing. Does that make sense? So I'm used to playing with acrylics, which they have a different consistency, a different body to them. Generally speaking, there's a difference. They blend differently. They do it all a little bit differently. So it's not a big deal. It's just one of those. Okay, so back over here. I'm going to grab the blue and some purple. It's a matter of learning how to make my brush do what I want it to do with this one versus what I'm used to doing. Does that make sense? That's what I mean by I'm going to have to play with them. Okay. Oh, I hope y'all couldn't hear the trash truck out there right now because it's like noisy to me. Usually, if I can hear it, y'all can hear it. So hopefully, it wasn't too noisy. All right, guys. I know I'm concentrating, so my energy seems like I'm drained. Sorry. When you get concentrating on something because you're still learning it, it's like maybe it's not the best thing to experiment with, you know? I just like the joy of being able to say, hey, look, I'm doing something new. You want to see if it works? See what not to do if it messes up. So that when others try it, they can say, oh yeah, this is what she did and that didn't work. Or this is what she did and it worked great. So let's do that. All right. Got all those dry or all those wet. So I think, I'll play with that later. I've got plenty of others over here. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put the glue all over it. And it's blue glue over here where it's stuck to my finger. That's funny. I love when my glue takes the paint off my fingers for me. All right, so I've got it done on, it's not done on both sides. Why is that one not done? That's funny. Okay, let's go grab. And I suppose you could already buy paper that's already marbled different colors and it would probably save you a ton of time. But to me, some of it is the making of something with someone in mind. And I like to think that way. So I'm going to stick this one this way. Try and line that curve up close to that. I think I'm going to do them where the curves are all facing, where the one is sticking up on the same curve. Same curve. Oh. That one down this way. And put this one down This away. Not getting that glue. Not getting that glue. You do not have permission to get in that glue. I'm going to put this one right here. Come on. There we go. Stay folded right. Stay folded right. They should, in general, line up pretty close. I like, since I have some choices, I like this one better on both sides versus just on one side. So. And I did them all so that the corner would fold up the same way, so it would add some three-dimension from all of them. Is that, can y'all see my colors? I don't know if y'all can even see the colors. Can y'all even pretend to see the colors? Is that better? There you go. I think a little bit better. There we go. So, and I'm going to glue the back of this now. And I'm going to get kind of close to the edges as best I can. Do my flower right here. When it lays down, we're not worried about which way it goes. It can lay open or closed, whichever way makes it easiest. And then when it opens, you can they can lift the flower up on that. We could potentially do some leaves if we wanted, instead of doing those little leaves, because I don't like those so much. I've got some little circles here that I've cut that I'm going to fold in half. Actually, what I'm going to do first is take our brush, some of that color out. We're going to get some green, because we don't want blue in our, well, we might want some hints of blue in our leaves. I don't know. I'm going to grab some more green. I'm going to kind of do it in the flow of the leaf, if that makes sense. I'm going to go big because I haven't cut it yet. I'm not worried about going all the way to the edge because I will cut it. I kind of want my streaks to kind of go with that. And I may take the black and go over that and add a little bit of the black to the green. Do some lines when I get to that point. Or maybe I'll take the pen, because you know a pen can add some fine details when you want it to. Okay, I've got a couple. I think I'll do two more. Some green. This side. Did I do both sides of that? I did. Pretty sure I did. I have not done both sides of that one yet, so I'm going to do a little bit more green here. Just to get a little bit out of the brush and get these bristles off of the sides where it kind of dried in there. There we go. That brought that spark of color back. There we go. So, kind of needed to answer that one. All right, so I'm going to take these two. Actually, I should probably take all four of them if I want them to be kind of matching leaves. 3 and 4. I'm going to kind of gently fold them. And I've got it open, so why is it still telling me he's sending me a message? Doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to kind of cut me. I'm going to cut a leaf out of all 4 of them at one time. And then we can have kind of a 3D leaf here. We can fold them in half, kind of like we did our petals. Or we can have more than one. And we'll do those as well. I'm just going to stick some glue on these. I didn't glue it flat, perfectly flat. I kind of wanted it to be kind of wiggling because the leaves don't lay just perfectly flat. We're adding some dimension to our two-dimensional painting here. I'll add a couple more that I didn't have drawn on there. Or I don't think there's really room for that 4th one, y'all. I don't think there's room for the 4th one. I think this is it. I think this is what it's going to be, and it's got the little heart there. And I did have one that I was going to put in there. Smile. There's smile. Life is a journey, not a guided tour. Oh. Nothing is worth more than this day. Life is a mystery to be explored, not a problem to be solved. There we go. Yes. So I've got some of these cool things. The way to know life is to love many things. There you go. That's not bad. Little by little does the trick. The world belongs to the enthusiastic. So there we go. To see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Wow. William Blake is pretty deep. Kind of like the design on that. Peace within makes beauty without. Okay. So I'll probably figure out something to put in there. And thank y'all for joining me. And I appreciate your kind attention and playing with the watercolors with me. I hope y'all had fun. I've learned some things, and I will definitely be playing with some new things. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will talk to y'all. Whoop. How about I do it this way? Thank y'all for joining me this morning. Man, I'm blanched out now because all the lighting. It's just like crazy. I can't get the lighting right. We will be working on the lighting situation for my office. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll talk to y'all later.